I'm icy, wifey, haters wanna fight me.
Okay. Nick, this is crazy. All right, y'all ready for the fan fiction?
Please read it. Gotta have Lily read your part and you read Parker's part.
Gang. Gang. All right. All right. This isn't my first fan fiction. This is crazy. All right, hold on, wait. I'm turning off TTS though so I can focus. I gotta focus. Cause I'm about to get in full into character and everything.
Buckle up. Buckle up.
All right. Title: Alpha Parker and Omega Icy. Chapter 1: Unexpected Bond. An unexpected bond. Okay. In a world where alphas and omegas existed, it was no surprise that tensions ran high. Alphas were strong, dominant, and respected in society, while omegas were seen as gentle, more passive, and often sought after. Why the fuck am I the omega, bro? What? Gang, what? The hierarchy was clear, and the expectations were always set until Parker and Icy came into the picture. Parker had always embraced the alpha lifestyle. Tall, strong, and fiercely protective. He commanded attention wherever he went. His piercing blue eyes, his chiseled jawline made him a force to be reckoned with. But beneath his confident, almost untouchable exterior, there was something softer. Something he had never let anyone see. Gang, what? Icy, on the other hand, was everything an Omega was supposed to be. Quiet, kind, sweet. His soft brown hair framed his face, and his deep, thoughtful eyes hid a quiet intelligence. He wasn't the type to chase after attention, and despite his charming appearance, he preferred the shadows. He had been through his own shares of struggles, and being an Omega in a world dominated by alphas wasn't easy. But Icy had learned to survive, adapting to the world's rules while silently dreaming of something different. Gang, what? Their first meeting was nothing short of fate. It happened at a local bar one rainy evening, the kind of night where the people were drawn to the warmth and comfort of the neon lights and the chatter of familiar faces. Icy had come to unwind after a long week of working, settling into a corner with his drink in his hand. Parker, however, had been there to unwind for different reasons. He was used to being surrounded by people, constantly seeking validation and admiration. But tonight he wanted to be alone. He was sick of expectations, of being the perfect alpha. As the night wore on, the room grew louder, but Icy stayed in his corner, lost in thought. Parker, feeling a strange pull toward the quiet Omega, found himself walking over. He wasn't sure why. Maybe it was Icy's unassuming nature of the way he looked, like he didn't belong in a room full of loud personalities. Mind if I sit? Oh, mind if I sit? Parker, deep voice broke through the noise, and Icy looked up and startled. For a moment, their eyes locked. Parker's gaze was intense, yet something in his eyes softened when he looked at Icy. Icy hesitated, unsure if he should answer, but Parker's genuine smile and the warmth in his eyes made him nod. "Sure," Icy whispered, his voice barely audible above the music. As Parker took the seat beside him, a strange, almost electric tension hung in the air. The two didn't speak for a few moments, each unsure of what to say, but the silence wasn't uncomfortable. It was calming. Yo, what's going on, man? What the fuck, bro? So, Parker finally spoke in his voice low and smooth. "You don't look like you belong in here." Icy tilted his head, and a small smile tugging at his lips. "I guess not. I'm not really the social type." He took a sip of his drink, feeling the heat rise in his cheeks. "I prefer peace over noise." Parker chuckled. A deep laugh sending a ripple through Icy's chest. "I can respect that. I know what it's like to want to disappear for a while." The words hit Icy harder than expected. He had always felt like an outsider in a world where the alphas were dominated, and here was Parker, an alpha, saying he understood. It was almost as if the walls he had spent so long building around himself were slowly beginning to crumble. For the next few hours, yo, this is actually like this. I'm gonna goon to this. Parker, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying, bro? Too late, Parker already gooning. Gang. Where am I? For the next few hours, the two talked and shared stories of his quiet life, His struggles as an Omega and his dreams of one day finding peace in a world that often didn't care for him. Parker in the world shared his own battles, his intent, or his internal conflict. As an alpha who didn't always fit the mold, someone who didn't want to be the center of attention but constantly expected to be. As the night grew late, Parker could feel his connection between them strengthening. There was something about Icy, his kindness, his vulnerability, that Parker found irresistible. And to his surprise, Icy seemed to be drawn to him in a way he couldn't quite explain. It was just a physical attraction. It was more than that. It was a deeper connection, one that Parker had never felt before. Chapter 2, Finding Comfort in Each Other. Well. Over the next few weeks, Parker and Icy grew closer. They would meet in quiet cafes, parks, and often hidden spots away from the judgmental eyes of the world. Parker slowly began to let go of his alpha persona around Icy, realizing that with him, he didn't need to be anything other than himself. Icy, in turn, began to open up more, shedding the insecurities he had carried for so long. The dynamic between them was different from anything either one of them had experienced. Parker, the strong, dominant alpha, was learning to be gentle and patient with Icy, respecting his space while often offering support and comfort. Icy, the shy Omega, was learning to trust Parker, to believe, respecting, believe that not all of us were the same. And that he didn't have to fit in a mold was created for him. You having fun? Yes. One evening, after a long day of work, Parker invited Icy to his apartment. It was a quiet, intimate space, a stark contrast to the grand, I don't even know what that means, ostentatious homes many alphas lived in. Parker had always preferred simplicity, and in Icy's presence, he felt more at home than ever. As they sat on the couch, their legs brushing against each other, Parker looked at Icy, his heart racing. The bond they had formed was undeniable, and for the first time in a long time, he felt at peace. Icy, Parker whispered, his voice barely above a breath. You've changed everything for me. I don't need to be the alpha everyone expects me to be. I just need to be with you. Icy turned to him, his heart swelling with emotion. Parker, he whispered back. I never thought someone like you would understand me. But with you, I feel like I finally belong. The silence between them was filled with unspoken understanding. Their hands found each other, fingers intertwining, and a quiet promise. As the night grew deeper, the world outside faded away. For Parker and Icy, the bond they shared was stronger than any label or societal expectations. They had found each other in a world that often tried to separate them, and together they were ready to write their own story. What kind of gay ass shit is this, bro? Yo, this is all fact, not fiction, gang. What? Yo, what? Spoilers, Mike busts down. What? Alright, Rello and Mike.